I can't believe I am about to say this, guys. I really can't believe I'm about to say this. It's getting better. The story is getting better. In fact, I'm gonna be honest. It's better than Bad Batch. Hello guys and welcome back. Welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies.
Subscribe to Dylan's Little Hobbies right now.
Moving on to my absolute favorite 2 episodes of the series so far. Episode 7, which this was actually a really good episode. So we got Poe back. You know, Caze, last episode he had to call in and tell the resistance about a name about Kylo Ren, about these children. And now we have to have Poe come out and see what the report is all about. So of course we got Caze and Jaeger flying out to go meet Poe. And Poe's got a little surprise for Caze this time. It turns out he gets his own X-Wing. So Poe and him fly out, they have a chat about what's going on, and then they kind of play around in the asteroid field. Poe shows a couple tricks to Caze. Caze tries to do them. Caze isn't that great of a pilot. He's still learning. He's not like Poe, who has been flying forever. And so Caze has to kind of learn. And I like this. I like the fact that we are getting some progression on Caze, learning how to fly from Poe, learning that new trick from Poe, which later on in the episode, yeah, it comes in handy, because if he didn't have that move, he would have not have been able to get out. But basically what it is flying close to an object and then turning your ship and blasting off as quickly as possible. But if you're not careful, you're gonna bump into that thing. You gotta literally fly like that and go off. If you don't, if you're even a second off with your timing when you pull your ship up, bam, you're gonna hit the rock, and that's what Caze has to learn. Well, I liked that. I really did like that. Now, we of course fly into another ship. Poe actually finds that there's a stress call. They go and meet the stress call. They end up on the ship. They end up actually finding this other girl. What is her name? Sonara. They end up finding this other girl called Sonara, and they end up saving her life from this weird monster that's attacking the ship. But it turns out that Sonara actually was a pirate. She doesn't tell them. They think she was a member of the crew that got attacked by this weird alien monster. Turns out that, nope, the pirates attacked the ship, and then this big weird alien monster came out. So they bring in, of course, Sonara, and Sonara turns out to be a pirate. And yeah, now that she's on the platform, she can pretend to be just a regular person. She is now a pirate spy on the ship. Way to go, Caze. Granted, Caze was just trying to save her life, but now Caze has brought a pirate to the platform. That is fantastic, and I can't wait to talk about next episode because of where that goes. That goes actually really great. But I really liked this episode. I'm gonna give it a 7. That's probably the highest score any of these episodes is gonna get from me. This was a fantastic episode. I really enjoyed it. Best episode of the show so far. If not for episode 8. And notice that these 2 episodes have almost nothing to do with Nico. Okay, episode 8, Nico was in it. But they tell Nico to keep his mouth shut. And okay, they have a couple of really bad jokes where he's covering his mouth and still talking like this. Covering his mouth and still talking like that. But you know what? I'm okay with it. Can you do me a favor and tell Nico to shut up all the time? Nico is so annoying, and I'm so glad that he is literally almost non-existent in this episode. Okay, so what is this episode about? So of course, we got the pirates. The racers, the ones who would usually protect the platform, need to go off and do a mission, and the platform is defenseless because their main computer is down. So, the leader of the platform hires none other than Caze's team, Jaeger's team, to fix the computer, and that's what they do. Now, eventually they gotta go find some parts, and Caze thinks he can hopefully maybe have somebody that he could get to help find a certain part. He goes to Sonara, and Sonara, of course, meets... And Sonara, of course, meets Tam, and Tam goes along with Caze, and Sonara and Tam, they start forming kind of a friendship bond almost. I really like this, because they really know their stuff with parts and how ships work. They start working together, and we get a little bit of friendship going on. Now, the only annoying part of this episode, really, is that this whole thing was supposed to be a secret. And I know the joke is Caze is supposed to be a spy, but he's not supposed to be good at his job. At the same time, he is ridiculously obvious that something is going on that he's not telling. And okay, you'll think, well, okay, that's so the little kids can understand you know, something that he's lying, that he's not actually telling the truth by, you know, crazy movements and trying to act all silly, you know? No, don't treat kids like they're idiots, please. Fact is, I was a kid, and Clone Wars, they didn't treat me like an idiot, and I understood when they were sneaking around trying to act like spies and not being so stupidly obvious. Because of that, this is getting another 7 out of 10. I would actually put the last episode above this one for my favorite, honestly. But again, the pirates, you know, Sonara, because they're obviously so obvious, Sonara figures out that, yep, the guns are down, the computer for the guns are down, so what does she do? She calls up her pirate buddies and they attack. And then, of course, it all goes crazy. Caze and Jaeger have to put in the tracking computer back into the system, fix it, and get the guns back up and running, which, yeah, they do with some dealings of the pirates. That's all fun and all. But Sonara goes back, she's working with the pirates, obviously, but Tam doesn't know that. Tam goes and tries to help her, and eventually Sonara and Tam team up together, fighting the pirates, because, you know, Sonara doesn't want to give away her cover. But Sonara finally sees, this might be the first time Sonara ever sees a true friend try to come and save her, right? And so I like that. I like that bond that they were building in episode 8. this was a good episode, and every single episode except maybe episode 6 was all better than the Bad Batch. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts about it, and I am out. Bye.
Subscribe to Dylan's Little Hobbies right now.